This is a Fox News alert. An arrest has been made in connection with the deadly and destructive Palisades fire that destroyed thousands of structures, including people's homes, and ruined countless lives across the city of Los Angeles. Now, any moment from now, there will be a formal announcement of those charges. An acting U.S. attorney for the Central District of California, Palisades, will speak alongside other law enforcement officials. We will bring that to you live once it begins. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany, here with my co-host, Emily Campagno. Also joining us, Kayleigh McGee-White, Fox News contributor, Laura Trump, host of My View with Laura Trump, and Charles Payne, host of Making Money with Charles Payne.
Charles Payne looked out of place, if you will,
on Fox Business. Now let's begin with Matt Finn, who's live in the Pacific Palisades, California. Matt, what do we expect?
Well, Kayleigh, sources tell Fox that an arrest has been made in relation to the Palisades fire. Our understanding is this person maliciously started a fire. And I'm standing here not only to show you the devastation of this lot that was burned out behind me, which represents thousands of lots in the Palisades, but also in the mountain area behind me. That is where we believe the origin of the fire began, near what's called the Skull Rock Trailhead. United States Attorney Palisades expected to announce the arrest and possible.
I'm gonna let it play, but you know what's crazy? Looking at these fires is really bringing me back to when this shit started. Excuse my language. This was really a crazy time in LA. Like, this was actually crazy to be a part of these fires. The year had just started. Man.
Federal charges at any moment. Now, the homeowners here in the Palisades and thousands others, they want answers. And we believe we're finally going to get some very specific details in just a matter of moments. Authorities here say 12 people were killed in the Palisades fire. So don't forget that there are deaths attributed to this fire. More than 6,800 buildings. U.S. Attorney Palisades is walking in now. I'll toss it back to you guys.
Thank you, Matt. Well, we will take you live to Palisades as he announces that arrest.
Huggies Front Blowout Blocker versus Chocolate Syrup.
My bad, y'all. I forgot I had, man. I gotta get rid of that.
Ta-da.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Palisades, the acting United States Attorney for the Central District of California. Today, we are announcing the arrest of 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht for igniting a fire that ultimately burned down the Palisades earlier this year, killing 12 people, destroying more than 6,800 structures, both homes and businesses, and damaging over 1,000 more buildings. The complaint unsealed today charges the defendant with destruction of property by means of fire, a felony that carries a mandatory minimum 5-year federal prison sentence and is punishable by up to 20 years in federal prison. The defendant was arrested yesterday on a federal criminal complaint near his Florida residence, and he's expected to make his initial appearance today in the federal court in Orlando, Florida. I stress that the complaint contains allegations, and every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The allegations in the affidavit are supported by digital evidence, including the defendant's ChatGPT prompt of a dystopian painting showing in part a burning forest and a crowd fleeing.
All right, that's just insane. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard people say, like, yo, your ChatGPT, like, your search history can be searched up online. The fact that they are really using, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise. Like, honestly, like, you could use your Google search history against you.
From it, and we're going to put that up on the screen here once we get that going. The allegations are, there it is. That's from his ChatGPT. That's an image he produced a few months before the fire started. It shows the city being burnt there.
Okay.
The allegations are further supported by the defendant's cell phone, his false statements to law enforcement, and his behavior during the Lockman fire, which the defendant is charged with maliciously starting shortly after midnight on New Year's Day of this year, and which eventually became the Palisades fire. Late last New Year's Eve, Rinderknecht returned to Pacific Palisades after working the evening shift as an Uber driver. Two of his passengers told law enforcement that he appeared agitated and angry that night. After dropping off a passenger in Pacific Palisades, Rinderknecht parked his car and tried and failed to contact a former friend. He exited the car, walked up a nearby trail, took iPhone videos at a nearby hilltop, and listened to a rap song whose music video included objects being lit on fire. The defendant had listened to this song and watched its music video repeatedly in the days leading up to the Lockman fire. 12 minutes into the new year, environmental sensing platforms indicated that a fire had started. It took the defendant several tries to contact 911 to report the fire. He fled the scene in his car, but turned around after passing fire engines driving in the opposite direction to fight the fire. While the Lockman fire burned, the defendant walked up the same trail from...
I'm going to be honest with you. Here's my thing. How are they saying that he intentionally did it if he was calling the police he was calling to get it taken care of, but he couldn't get through? And this is something, I don't know if he just said that, but I did do some other research. And they say he couldn't get through because he didn't have service, but he was trying to call. So I don't know how they're aiming the intentional part if he was trying to call. They're trying to use the photos to say that. I don't know. I'm very skeptical of the justice system, so maybe don't take my words for truth.
Earlier that night to watch the fire and firefighters, using his iPhone to take short videos of the scene. Although firefighters suppressed the blaze, the fire continued to smolder and burn underground within the root structure of the dense vegetation. So that fire started on January 1st, and it smoldered underground for about a week.
Wow.
Until on January 7th, heavy winds caused this underground fire to surface and spread above ground.
Wow.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is the first look at the
causing what
I had no idea that it was underground. That's actually insanity. That's insane.
became known as the Palisades Fire, one of the most destructive wildfires in Los Angeles City history. Law enforcement got to work and by January 24th had identified and interviewed the defendant. During his interview, he lied about where he was when he first saw the Lockman fire, claiming he was near the bottom of a hiking trail. Geolocation data for the 911 calls showed that he was standing above the fire in a clearing merely 30 feet from the blaze as it rapidly grew. As the world watched in horror as the Palisades fire burned, victims perished in the smoke and flames. Homes where cherished family memories and belongings were turned to rubble and ash. The iconic Pacific Coast Highway along Malibu looked like a war zone. Thousands of people were forced to evacuate. Though homes and businesses cannot be rebuilt, this arrest, we hope, will provide a measure of justice to all those who were impacted. We're going to do questions at the end, and we're going to get into more detail, but I want to thank the outside.
Okay, look, here's my thing. Well, I want to say this too, because I don't think they mentioned it. He also searched on ChatGTP. If you accidentally start a brush fire with a cigarette, can you be held liable? That was found in his ChatGTP search history. With that being said, I think that the media is taking this opportunity to maybe paint the picture that he did this intentionally. To me, based on him trying to call and not being able to get through, based on his search history of, if we're going to be using ChatGTP like they are with the picture, I'm leaning more towards he did it unintentionally. I do, maybe he did it, right? It seems like he did it. If you were there, it seems like you did it, but I don't know if it was intentional. And I think, to me, that is the problem. Now, y'all know me, man. When it comes to like taking people's lives, that's by way of jail time. I don't know if I got the heart to do that. I just don't think I can take someone's life away and put him in a cage. But if he's found guilty, which I do ultimately think he'll be found guilty, he probably will end up doing that 20 years, man. He'll probably end up doing that 20 years. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because these phones, this new technology, you can't do nothing. You can't lie about your whereabouts. You can't do any of that. It's insanity. With that being said, drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's going to get the maximum? Do you think he's going to be found convicted? And do you think he did this intentionally? Let me know. Hit a like button for the algorithm. Told y'all day 3, man. And I almost didn't make this video today. I promise y'all. But we're here. Let me know what y'all think, man. This is beyond me. I got some stuff I got to go do. I got to shoot an episode of the Suburban Pod tonight. So I got to head out to, I won't say the city, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go.